GSL, code S. All right, in the bottom right, the foreign hope. Can he do it? Well, he's one game away. We're going to find out. He is
NaNiWa.
God, he's intense.
He better be.
Yeah, no kidding. He has to be because he's up against this guy over here in the upper left starting location. The player here to represent Korea. Can he stop the foreign hope? He is
MVP DongRaeGu.
This is craziness, and he's going for the same build again, just the one gate.
Now, he's actually shown us 3 different one gate builds.
Yeah, he's mixing it up for sure.
You know, it's so funny because I thought he was going to have like this one gimmick build down perfectly. You know, no, it's actually not like that at all. He actually.
If you look at it fundamentally, like all the reasons why it should or shouldn't work in the current metagame, there's like no reason why this isn't legit. You know?
Yeah.
And that's really cool that he came up with this. I wonder if he came up with this personally, or he saw someone do it, or I'm gonna have to talk about that. But anyways, he's in Game 5 against DRG, which is that in and of itself is insane.
It's so funny too because you would think use DTs.
Trust me, they're invisible. The SC2 Trondheim community, isn't that where Eriador, aka Liquid Drone, is from? Trondheim, Norway? Am I wrong?
Yeah.
I think he is.
I think so. Actually, I don't know. I don't know.
If it is, then cheers to you guys. That guy taught me how to play StarCraft 1.
He is such a nice guy in person, by the way.
He's unbelievably nice. He's a nice guy online.
Unlike us, we are so mean online.
Oh, I was the biggest prick in the whole world until just
talk
recently.
So much trash.
All right. So
you know, I want to just, if you don't mind, Artos, I want to just point this out again, guys.
Sure.
You know, this is a revolutionary build that NaNiWa is electing to use against the person he wanted to use the least, ever faced the least in the whole tournament. So you know, that says a lot about NaNiWa's confidence in himself. Is picking a build like this. He's saying, no, it's really good. Just nobody's figured it out yet except for me.
It's wild, man. And, you know, part of it we have to say is that DRG doesn't have practice against this. We know he doesn't have practice against it because Game 1, where he canceled the hatch and all that, oh my God, he's just hiding a preemptive pylon. That's a really
This actually works sometimes so well against really good players because where DRG is on the ladder, nobody does this. This is like stuff you do to catch noobs that don't check the inside of their base.
Yeah.
On a meta level, people just stop actually checking for this.
And to be honest, if NaNiWa's ID was a barcode, he might check for it. But it's not a barcode.
Yeah.
Oh, that's actually so funny.
Oh my God! So he's not going to see that pylon.
Not for now, yeah. And is he actually going for a third base? Because this is quite clearly, to us at least, going to be, you know, he's going for that third base because he is getting such quick speed that he thinks he can do it.
I'm getting nervous, Artosis.
I am too. This is actually stressful.
I didn't bring my Xanax today. I'm getting stressed out now. What's the path from this third lane? All right, so he's going to put down 4 gates, and he will probably attack right as warp gate finishes.
Yeah, this is, dude, this is really looking nice right now for NaNiWa.
Yeah, I think, because here's the thing, guys. The Zerg is playing this out based off the concept that he can stop pylons from being made nearby him if they start to push. And therefore, he can cut Zerglings and make drones. When in fact, there's a pylon that is so absolutely insanely close to him that if this gets going, there's no way to recover. He just... We keep seeing... Oh my God, oh my God.
He found it.
But there's a second pylon being planted out over here.
There is, and Warp Gate's about to finish. So are the gateways. It's all lined up perfectly. The gates are done. The Warp Gate upgrade is done. This pylon just needs to finish. There's a lot of Zerglings coming out. NaNiWa has to get into position. He has to defend this right now.
Oh, he's going to warp it on the high ground, and the pylon will be killed in time.
That's right, and he can just warp another pylon on the high ground, which he definitely will, I would say.
He already did.
Oh, yeah, you did. It's already there. I'm sorry. All right, so, and look at this. The Zealots getting surrounded by the Zerg.
Yeah,
so
had
many
they been
Zerglings
up
coming
against the wall, this might have gone better, but it looks like DRG may manage to win this fight. But there are more Zealots being warped in, but just a little bit too late.
That's right, and you're so right, Taste. If he had been up against the wall, this would look completely different. He would have won this battle. But the surround by DRG was a little bit too good. He's still being very cost-efficient, but not cost-efficient enough.
All right, so he's going to have to stop this attack right now.
Yeah.
It's not the end of the world, but this is not good for NaNiWa at all. It's going to be pretty tough to recover. So he goes in and throws down a forge. Notice he's teching rapidly here, getting all of his gases. I'm going to steal your keyboard. Yeah. So it's 43 probes to 40 drones. So,
and that was all the supply he had when you looked at that, too.
Yeah.
He had nothing.
That's actually what's so funny. But just so you guys know, it's actually... that was not a build where NaNiWa actually stifled his economy, or actually,
not really. I mean,
actually,
he stopped gas
stifle's the wrong word. He didn't sacrifice his economy for the attack.
Oh yeah, he had a lot of probes. This was not. It's not an all-in. It's just a really streamlined pressure, and of course, he's not going to have as much economy in some areas as some other builds will. But the same is true for DRG because he has to make so many lings and has to get that quick speed. So we'll have to see what NaNiWa wants to do from here. He's getting +1, adding 3 more gates, bringing him up to 7. DRG, in the meantime, has his Roach Horn, getting that +1 ranged attack, and his layer as well.
All right, yeah.
What is NaNiWa going to do? Just 7 gates and a Robo. That's like an uncomfortable amount of tech for this late into the game, as the layer just finished up, so he's going to get Roach speed and whatnot. I mean, yeah, you can hold still with Immortals, but I feel like, I know the edge in tech strongly goes to DRG right now. As far as supply, they're quite even, though. Is NaNiWa just going to take an additional base?
I don't know, man. I really don't know. The build is so new, I kind of don't know, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The ins and outs of this. I'm used to the fact that when Protoss do quick expands, they have a forge, which therefore means Zerg have more freedom.
Yeah.
Until, that first Stalker gets out, moves around the map.
He's reallocated that freedom here, basically.
Now, also note that DRG is trying to take his 4th base. Now, he's doing this really quickly because he feels like, okay, I think I got a lead right now. The hard part for Zerg is to get the 4th base on this map because there's really no convenient location.
All right, so it looks like, he's adding in another gateway that's part of a wall as well. It looks really like he wants to attack.
Yeah, which means this 4th base may be a bad idea. Wow, for the number of Lings being shot down here, there are not Protoss units dying.
Yeah. He's trying to dart in there and get what he can. Now, NaNiWa really adding a lot of pylons around the map. Just be careful, someone will be taken out.
Not actually canceling that one, surprisingly.
Seems like he's a bit too busy at the moment. Now going up this ramp, it looks like that's what he wants to do. He has a lot of force fields. And some pretty good force fields so far. Just be careful, though. Those sentries.
Oh, God, he had Burrow.
Perfect move.
Oh, my God. There's no Robo, right?
No Robo. Wait, no, he does have a Robo.
What?
No, he doesn't have a Robo.
He does not. Don't scare me like that.
Sorry.
Well, here's the problem. There's just not a lot you can actually do against the Burrow. He just burrows the weaker ones. Let's see, though. He's moving up here, up the ramp now.
This is still a lot of damage output for NaNiWa.
All right, now you can try to just snipe the hatch, I guess.
There is no burrow movement, at least, and beautiful force fields right there. Yeah, it looks like he should be able to get the hatch.
Now, if he can just get out, too. Yeah, exactly. Well, there's 2 ways out. All right, nice. He actually is engaging perfectly here. Whoa, he actually got out. That was so sick.
That was really well done. A lot of Zealots being warped in.
These Zealots are here to get in the way so that the other units that are more valuable.
He might just want to run with the Stalkers, to be honest. These Roaches have speed. This is going to be very hard, but it's going to be a running battle.
Now the Robo's almost finished.
Yeah. And Twilight Council on the way as well. He has knocked off a base of DRG, but don't forget DRG did take his 4th in the center, so he's still going to be able to mine a lot.
He went up over the top to try to intercept. It did not work. Now he's actually got to carve an entrance into his own base because he's locked out. He gets there just in time.
Yeah, he actually got it just.
Jeez. That was close. Now it's note the supplies here, though, very telling. It's 86 to 155.
Yeah.
Now, with that in mind, the 4th, well, I guess it's now the 3rd base. The base in the middle of the map for DRG. that's actually going to be very hard to hold. That's a very easy spot for Protoss to attack and punish.
Yeah.
So even though there's a good supply difference here in DRG's favor, positionally, it's a very doable thing for NaNiWa to take out that next base.
That's right. And one thing I want to point out is that the drone and probe count are the same. It's like 57 each.
Yeah.
So even though he has that third base still, NaNiWa's economy is kind of similar. You know, obviously it's a better saturation ratio for DRG with all the extra mineral patches. But NaNiWa is not in a spot that is impossible to win from. It is difficult, yes, and he is down by about 70 supply, but he's going Blink +2 and making some Immortals at this point.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to see if... Is he going to try to take a third, or is he going to go for it again?
I feel like he should go for it again.
Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen.
I don't think you take a third right now, because then guess what? DRG just retakes the third natural, and he's like, all right. Now there's 2 changelings. No, they're not going to get in there. No Mission Impossible music.
Sorry.
For you. Now, when does he push out? Does he just push out when the attack upgrade finishes?
Yeah, I think he has to wait for +2 to make any move, and that's going to give him a third Immortal as well. And, I mean, 3 Immortals, and he has 3 Sentries, which have actually really decent energy. And then he'll have, of course, a lot of Stalkers. And actually, he's preemptively making cannons in his main. He looks like he thinks Mutas might be on the way.
Well, that's actually unfortunate, because those 2 cannons could have been invested into more of an army here to push out. And is he going to take a third?
No, I don't think so. I think
he is. That's actually exactly what he's doing.
Because he's getting a Warp Prism, too.
Oh,
wait.
Maybe he's going...
No, he canceled the Warp Prism. Okay, because when someone starts a Warp Prism in this spot, I'm like, okay, it's an all-in, let's go.
Yeah.
But he did cancel that, make the Nexus. DRG is actually spining the high ground.
I feel like this is what DRG would want him to do. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, take the third. Yeah, I know what you mean. But you know what I think is going to happen here is we're going to see NaNiWa basically max out on Immortal Stalker, mostly Stalker, and hopefully get that +3 upgrade. But he's so low on gas, maybe not. And maybe just go at that point and say, all right, maybe my micro can win this. But there are Infestors come out. There's already 5 out for DRG, and he has Burrow movement now.
All right, he goes over here, takes a peek at these roaches, knows what he's up against. The armor does change when they get that Burrow movement, so he knows as he looks at them.
It's like, what are those spikes? Oh, my God.
Oh, God, that's Burrow movement. Does he have drop? Does DRG have drop by any chance?
DRG? I don't think so. Let me check. No, he does not.
He does not. Okay. Uh-oh. He's actually going to do this.
And, well, he has Burrow movement, but, I mean, those force fields actually didn't trap very much. The Immortals just crushing the roaches in the south here. And that was,
he just actually
that was really good for NaNiWa.
Almost even out the supply. Well, then I said that, and then DRG got max in 2 seconds. But whatever. But meanwhile, NaNiWa is getting closer and closer to maxing out.
NaNiWa will take that all day. He'll do that all day long, man. These roaches
bungle this observer over his army, man.
You know, sometimes Zerg just has so many roaches that they have to try to do some sort of trade like this. Like, when you're both maxed out, one of you is on roaches. Roaches are really heavy in supply for how good they actually are. The later you get into the game,
right?
Not always the best thing to max on.
NaNiWa does not have the armor upgrade, right, Artosis?
He has 1 armor upgrade.
Okay, all right. Here we go again. Little fungal there. Oh, I don't know if he should have done that.
He did get another fungal there, getting mostly Zealots. Starting to get a little bit better for DRG, but actually NaNiWa has so much here. His Immortal's dealing massive amounts of damage, and look at this. The supply is getting much closer once again.
If he can actually breach that location in the center, actually, or, you know, there's actually 2 ways you can go about doing this. Oh, but really nice fungals there. But, you know, the Roach is not utilizing the Spine Crawlers, or I guess I should say DRG not utilizing it. Oh, my God. Is he actually going to get this? Guys, if he gets this, he has the high ground over the 4th base.
Yeah, and that is huge, man. DRG is taking another main right now, but NaNiWa is taking the high ground. He's still got 5 Immortals, and DRG is mostly on a Roach army.
He can control the high ground here with the force fields. He could totally do that.
DRG, I don't know if he has what it takes to take this game down.
I honestly thought when he was going to take the 3rd base here, Ninja vanished. I thought when he was going to take the 3rd here, there was no way that NaNiWa could do this. Okay, now he's moving in here. Trying to get the sentries.
So much damage. Look at these Immortals just crushing through everything with their +2 attack. DRG losing a lot of roaches, but actually killing off a decent amount for NaNiWa, and he gets every Immortal.
All right, really smart move there by DRG, but there's more Stalkers coming up here. And you know, with Stalkers, there's always that moment where you just suddenly have too many Stalkers and you can't die. Do we have another mortal coming in here? Or
No, I think he's going pure Stalker from your Tasteless. This is down to pure Stalker. That makes the Fungals very, very important. He's making a lot of Roaches, a lot of Lings. Still has more supply than NaNiWa, but NaNiWa is holding this high ground very well. He's got the vision because that Xel'Naga Watch Tower. He has the Warp Prism to warp in more units, and he's stopping DRG from mining from this base. So DRG right now is mining from his natural and his third only.
DRG is actually... Whoa. He just gave up that spot. Did he see the Roach's burrow? Because it looks like there's going to be a sneak attack over here at his expansion.
Did he see that?
Look, NaNiWa just gave up the center. He just walked right
did.
out.
I mean, I don't think he saw it, though.
But there's actually creep there, too. I mean... Whoa. All right.
Oh, and, well, that's not going to do anything.
All right. Well, these are free Roaches. Might as well have brought that in the gift basket with some soaps and stuff. All right. Now, he can just go up there and reclaim it. I don't know. NaNiWa's in a weird tech problem right now. He lost his sentries. He doesn't have a ton of gas, you know.
And he has to be careful. He has to continue to attack because he has no place that he can actually take a fourth, okay? Also, he doesn't really, as you said, he has a tech problem. He's on gas.
He actually is going to send a Warp Prism over here.
Nice.
And it's been spotted. It could be fungled.
Good choice here. Use up some energy to get rid of this. He cannot have that thing flying around. But as you said, Tasteless, if DRG could get into higher tech at all, that would be deadly against NaNiWa. But right now he's having to stay on most
Actually, you know what, though? If he gets maybe one more Immortal, I think he can push out.
Well, I guess
he actually has a choice.
He's got 2 and 8 sentries and 42 Stalkers.
He needs to get another Warp Prism out and actually attack that base over there on the far left.
Dude, this is going to come down so much to Fungals. How good can the Fungals be? Up DRG. That Fungal not quite good enough.
No, there is... I'm sorry, go ahead, Archo. It doesn't matter what I'm saying. Go ahead.
He's going to have 18 Infestors in his second Tasteless. So these Fungals are like everything.
And, okay. Back rub there. Back rub line.
Well, I mean, some of these Fungals are decent, but he's got to get a lot of them. And, oh my god, this is just a great area for NaNiWa. His Force Fields can be so powerful up here. There's a ton of Infestors, but he's going to have to make them just count so much.
This is where Ghost would come in pretty handy.
Yes, I guess you're right.
I guess this 2 EMPs would be pretty awesome. He's bringing probes with this, guys.
Yeah, he knows that he's all in, man. There's no way for him to take another base. He has to win here.
Now the probes are in the back of you know what?
Those are some sick Fungals, Tasteless, but does he actually have enough?
He's blinking onto the Roaches, so he's saying, let's do this, let's go.
And it is looking close, but it looks like DRG is going to be able to take this one. Oh my god, this has been an unbelievably close game, but I think this might be it for NaNiWa.
I think that is it. I think he sent the probes out. He also never identified the 5th base here. So this entire time he thinks he actually has DRG under economic siege.
Yeah.
When in fact there is an expansion in the bottom left that has been funding this massive army. Had he gotten that base over there at the bottom left, this might look different. He wouldn't have the... DRG wouldn't have the capital to actually make all this stuff.
And NaNiWa is going to be so surprised when these couple of Ultras come out, because then his sentries are completely worthless. And that's just what DRG is waiting for right now. He just wants the Ultras. He's making 5. 2 of them are about to pop out.
Oh, God. It's so sad when you have these games where one player just does not scout. I'm not saying that he absolutely would have won had he spotted that expansion, but...
Well, he would have a different focus, a different goal here.
Yeah.
Because if he could kill that, then it's still very, very close. But as is, you're right. That Warp Prism not getting over there was such an important moment in this game.
You see DRG's actually being so patient here. He's letting NaNiWa think that actually NaNiWa has this economic siege on him, and it's just not happening. And now I think this should be the killing blow here.
This is going to break NaNiWa's heart. He's trying to target down these Ultras, but the Force Field's just not effective against them. Actually, those Force Fields were pretty good. And GG. DRG moves on to the round of 4. He's so happy with himself there.
That was an exhausting series. Man. And he's going to pound a hot 6. And that is a lot of caffeine in your body.
Oh, my God. I guess he's partying tonight.
Yeah, man. I would if I was him.
I would go home and practice more.
NaNiWa can't be...
He did greatly, man.
It was an amazing series to cast. It was that 5th base. when I saw that thing come up, I was like, well, this will be interesting, but I'm sure eventually he's going to check there. He didn't see it the entire game. So he basically had his army on that high ground thinking, all right, well, he's gonna run out of money before me. He had that third for a long time.
Yeah, you know what? You really summed it up well, Tasteless. That was so important. And you know what? NaNiWa just lost 2-3 in the round of 8 to DRG in an epically close 5th game where he didn't know about one of the bases. I mean, I know that he wants to get top 4, he wants to get top 2, he wants to get top 1. But there's nothing to be ashamed about here.
No, and of course he does have a Code S spot again, so I'm sure we're going to see more of NaNiWa. I think we can all agree, though, that new build he did is off the hook.
Oh, I can't wait to get home and try it, man.
It is awesome. So cool. Wow. Good stuff.
Absolutely. I can't wait actually to read or see what DRG's interview is after this series of NaNiWa, where he said I could do anything and win, and it came down that close. I think he's going to have a different opinion and say, like, wow, NaNiWa is sickly legit.
Well, NaNiWa just changed StarCraft 2's metagame.
Yeah.
That's actually what just happened.
At least for a little bit, man, until we figure that out a lot more.
Wow. I love casting stuff like that. It's so cool. But look, DRG, the better player. He did play better. Yeah. Handled that really, really well. But let's just go over the results overall, honestly. In the series that we had, number 1, Nestea.
0-3, man.
0-3.
Everything else was the 3-2 in this round. That's actually really weird that was the one. Nestea couldn't pick up a single game against Beyond. It was kind of rough. It really
Nestea almost looked pitiful, to be totally honest.
Nestea doesn't want your pity. He just wants your money, Tasteless.
Yep, Beyond moves on. He's going to face off against Seed. NaNiWa barely loses to DRG.
And DRG is going to face off against MC. So we're going to have a guy who's already won a GSL in the finals for sure. Of course, MC's won 2 and DRG's won 1.
Yep. Definitely join us for round 4.
Look at that. It's going to be so insanely sick, man. 2 Protoss's, a Terran, and a Zerg.
Yeah.
It's imbalanced. It's not there. But there was only 2 Terrans in the top 8.
I need to talk to David Kim now. Yeah, kind of a nice little balanced makeup there.
Yeah.
Protoss Terran, Protoss Zerg. Could we have our first PvP finals? We absolutely could.
Yeah. We definitely could, and that would be cool, too. The thing is, I feel bad because I'm like, well, MC in his 3rd GSL finals, I think he's just going to take it.
Yeah, it's true.
It's like, all right, well.
It'd be cool to have hello.
Hi.
Welcome back to Being on Camera. Guys, join us for the finals. It's going to be in Busan. Busan is sick. It's a wonderful city. It is beach weather right now out there.
Yeah, it is.
So, I'm going to put on a swimsuit, and people are going to see that my body looks like cookie dough that was dropped in a barbershop. Cookie dough dropped in a barbershop. I'm going to wear my one piece.
Your one piece?
My one piece.
Okay.
With my little swimming hat on.
Oh, okay. That's cute. Yeah, I like your little swimming cap.
We should get swimming caps. We would be pretty cute, Artur.
Yeah, we would.
With swimming caps on.
I don't think you go in the ocean, though. You've never gone in the ocean when I go to the beach with you.
Do you?
Actually, I've never gone when you're there. You know what? When you're there, we just sit, sit there and drink beers on the beach.
That's all we do. We just get drunk on the beach.
When I go with other people,
I get burnt because I'm a nerd.
Go in the water.
Tune in tomorrow, guys. We got the GSTL.
That's right.
Casted by
Wolf
our
and Caldor.
other 2 amazing nerds, Wolf and Caldor.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. And, of course, don't forget the round of 4 next week. In fact, this weekend, if you're bored, watch WCS China. I have to go over there and cast out with Rob Simpson.
Yeah, I'm going to stay here. I got some Korean classes I got to take. I'll miss you.
I'm going to miss you even more.
I don't know whose hand you're going to hold on the plane, but...
Well, I'm going to cut your hand off tonight and bring it with me, of course.
All right. I'll let you do that.
I'll let you have it back when I come back.
As long as I get a hook. All right, guys, that does it for us today at the GSL Codes. Thank you so much for joining us. Add us on Twitter. I'm Call Me Tasteless. He's Artosis. And we love you. Good night.
Just to feel something more. If I could do this over, I'd make it last forever and keep it all together. But every day I think about the mistakes I've made. I could have had it all, but I guess I'll never know.
GSL.